Hello and welcome, all you wrestling fans, to another episode of Squared Circle Speak, your home for any and everything professional wrestling. And today, we're talking Double or Nothing 2024, 5 years of AEW. And what a show this was. I am Ryan. With me, as always, is my partner, my brother, Nathan. And we have a lot of matches to get through. This is not a WWE pay-per-view where we get 5 matches. We have 9, I'm pretty sure, on this show. So we got a lot to get through on this show. We're not going to be talking about the pre-show matches because it's pre-show. And all right.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it.
We kick things off with the International Championship match between Roderick Strong and Will Ospreay. This was as good as expected. These two went out there and had a really good match. There was a very, 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 very scary spot where I don't even know why you would attempt this because it was never going to work right. Bennett had Osprey on his shoulders, and then the other one, Taven, he was on the outside, and he had on his shoulders. Taven goes and tries to jump over the ropes. His legs get caught on the ropes, and he barely hits Osprey, and Osprey does a flip off, lands on his face, and I thought that was it. I thought it was it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it was really scary. And I thought we had an injury. Apparently everybody's okay. Osprey, Wardlow comes out, but the referee sees him, so everyone gets kind of taken out, and then Osprey wins. Osprey flipped out at the end of Heartache into a hidden braid and then hit the Stormbreaker, and Osprey is your new AEW International Champion.
Yeah, we kind of seen all this coming. Everybody saw this coming.
Yep.
But it was a decent match. Like I said, there was some scary stuff. There was a couple suplexes where people were landing on their heads, which happened quite often in this show. It actually happened in like half of the matches.
Yep.
Yeah, this was yeah, it was a decent match though. It was a decent match. I enjoyed it. It was what I expected. It was a good opening match to get the crowd hyped. Uh, they teased Osprey being heel and with Don Callis and
Yeah.
hitting the Tiger Driver, but then he decided not. He got like, I guess he did go for it, and Roderick reversed it. So I don't know what that means if he's gonna. I don't know, but yeah, he still got the win. It was a good win, and it was probably Dave Meltzer probably called it an 8-star match. So yeah, very good.
Yep. Speaking of getting the crowd hyped, Adam Cole walked out. And he said he was going to do story time, but then a video started playing. And it was a video of MJF's house, and MJF returns to a massive ovation, looking like fucking Triple H in 2002. He had the leather / denim jacket.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he
sure
did.
he did that on purpose.
Yeah. MJF hits the ring. Cole wanted a hug. He gives him a hug, but then he hits him with a low blow, hit him with a brain buster, and then MJF cut a promo like MJF can. He said he's back. He said, unlike everyone else in the back, MJF doesn't need a New Japan or a Vince McMahon. Because MJF made MJF. I don't like name dropping Vince McMahon. I think that was not necessary. Because Vince McMahon didn't make anybody. Honestly, let's be honest with you. Everyone that's at AEW is because, despite Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
they would still been in WWE if it wasn't for Vince McMahon. So I didn't really like that, but yeah, he said he's back, and he's going to be back to being, so cool. He's effing back. He says, I'm back, and I ain't effing leaving. He got a tattoo. I had bet on yourself with AEW. So I don't think he's ever going to go WWE if you got an AEW tattoo.
Yeah, really.
I'm just saying. Seems kind of have to wear long pants or something. But this was an unexpected surprise. I didn't expect to see MJF here tonight. So very cool. I'm glad he's back. It looks like Adam Cole is healthy too. So we might finally get this match.
Maybe.
All right. The next match was the 6-man trios championship match. The Bang Bang Gang versus Death Triangle. Your favorite wrestler is back, Nathan, as Juice Robinson made his return.
God damn it! That made me want to shut it off. He's so annoying.
This match didn't get a lot of time, so it was very rushed. They were all flying around. Pac was going to look for the Black Arrow. Juice Robinson returned, shoved him off right into the Blade Runner, and the Bang Bang Gang get the win.
Well, yeah, and also in this match, the thing about having the Lucha Brothers in the ring is a lot of their moves could be finishers.
Yeah, almost every move they do.
And so they do all these moves back to back to back, and they're doing all this stuff. And they did all this stuff almost like it was just like clotheslines and DDTs, but it was like fucking top rope drop kicks and fucking all this crazy stuff. And they did it on Austin Gunn. And then Austin Gunn, tags out, and then he comes back in like nothing happened. And it's like
Yeah.
somebody needs to tell Lucha Brothers, you got to build up to this shit. You can't just do all your stuff right at the beginning, because then the guy just looks like superhuman.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of silly, but yeah. Um,
That's that lucha style, though. That's what they do. I mean, they don't sell over there.
yeah, true.
But yeah, this was, it wasn't very long. It was what it was. Bang Bang Gang retained with Juice Robinson back. The next match was for the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defending against Serena Deeb. Storm gets the win. She hit a Storm Zero off the fucking top rope, which was
Dude, that was crazy. I have not seen a top rope pile driver like. I mean that was ridiculous.
yeah, that was pretty nuts. I was like, fuck. Um,
Uh, in this match, Toni Storm landed on her head a couple times.
yep.
A lot of half crabs. They teased that oh, what's her name? Toni Storm's friend was gonna throw in the towel.
Yeah, but she threw it in the crowd instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony. Well, what happened was she was gonna throw it in, and her butler
Yeah.
stopped her from throwing it in, and then Tony Storm went out and thought he was gonna throw it in because he had it in his hand, and so she threw it, and the crowd was yelling at him. So I'm not sure where that's gonna lead. If she's gonna end up getting rid of the butler, and eventually these two are gonna. I still feel like she's gonna be the one to take the belt off of Tony Storm. I don't know the way
Yeah.
they Mariah made, because
Hey,
they keep teasing this.
yeah. It was a fun match though. These two tore it down. And I figured they would if they got the time.
Right.
Really good match. Really, really, really fun match. The next match, Orange Cassidy and Trent. You know,
This was probably the low point of the show for me. This was not
yeah.
a good match.
No, I did not enjoy this at all. It was what it was. It was fine, but
It was okay, but it's supposed to be a blood feud. They're mad at each other, but then at one point, uh, Orange Cassidy gets Trent Bring in the corner, and instead of doing the stomps like Stone Cold, he's doing the slow motion kicks
yeah.
in the middle of this match, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, that took me out of this match because it's okay to have the gimmick, but when you're having a feud, and I'm pretty sure Trent Beretta was selling him.
Yeah.
Which is
And
even
it won with a roll up, which kind of was like this blood
that's
feud
what he was.
ends with a roll
Yeah,
up.
that's what he always wins with. But yeah, I that him doing the gimmick stuff in the middle of this match was kind of ridiculous when it's
Yeah.
supposed to be a blood.
Yeah. Yeah. Cassidy won, which really just pissed me off
Yeah,
because I would you turn Trent heel and then you don't let him. I don't get it. I don't. I just don't get it. Why? Why is Orange Cassidy keep getting all these wins, and why is he? Like Trent needed this win more than Orange Cassidy. Turned him heel, and now he loses. Now what? Like I don't know what he does from here. So,
yeah,
um,
yeah. I have no idea. I feel like Trent's gonna like what we were talking about. Trent's gonna go right back to where he was, this whole 5 years.
Yep. Next match was for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. John Moxley versus Kanuska to Takeshita. We all knew where this was going. Actually, no, actually, we had the FTW champ. Sorry, we had the FTW championship next. I forgot it. I just didn't want to talk about this match. That's why I didn't. The triple threat, Jericho, Hook, and Shibata. And this was a triple threat hardcore match. At one point, Jericho brought out a bag of dice. Dice.
Yeah, yeah, dice.
This is a
Um,
hardcore match, and he brings out dice.
well, it's double or nothing, whatever. But dude, people were dropping each other on their heads left and right. Jericho took a back suplex from both these guys at the same time, and they over rotated him so far that he
Yeah.
landed on his neck.
Well, there was
He's over. Jericho's old and overweight. He don't even be landing on his neck.
there was a part where Shibata death hit Hook with a Death Valley driver like onto Jericho, who was on the table, and the table didn't break, and everyone just landed very awkwardly, and it looked like it just fucking hurt.
Yeah,
Like very weird. Uh, very weird. But then it was towards the end of the match here, and a masked man shows up. Uh, Hook had Red Rum walked in. Masked man showed up, hit Shabbat and Hook with a trash can, and it's Brian Keith. Um, yay. Judas Effect to Shibata, and Jericho wins. I guess Jericho just paid him money to help because I guess his thing is he's a bounty hunter. So
maybe that, or is he gonna be a part of the learning tree
God
now?
damn, I don't know. But yeah, this match was whatever it was, you know. Then we had the guy.
Big Bill took a dangerous spot off the apron
Dude,
too.
everything in this match was just Big Bill like got thrown off the uh
Well, the table broke, and the arm of the leg of the table didn't go down. It was still
yeah.
straight up. I mean, that could have like impaled him. And then he was selling. He had his eyes closed, and he was selling and he sat up with his eyes, and he hit his eye on the leg of the chair.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
I was like, good God.
Then we had Moxley versus Takeshita in the IWGP Heavyweight Championship Eliminator. We all knew where this was going. Moxley won because obviously the IWGP World Champion was not losing. So,
Yeah, and Moxley landed on his head on this match,
yep,
and Takeshita landed on his head. What the hell's going on, man?
man, yeah. Um, there was a spot. Takeshita grabs a pair of chairs. He slid one chair in. The referee removes it, so he slid another one in. Moxley hit a curb stomp on the chair, then hit Death Rider and wins the match. This match was just it wasn't. I don't know. I'm just not a big Moxley fan, so like
Yeah,
this match didn't do much for me. It was
right.
okay. They had a good match, and but it just he had Moxley had the injured arm during this match, so that was a wrinkle into it that made it. But it's still, this match didn't do much for me.
Yeah.
But then we had the barbed wire steel cage match: Adam Copeland and Malachi Black for the AEW TNT Championship. Well, this was just a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it was, and it was brutal for
This
no
match had
reason.
everything
Like,
you
I mean,
wanted if you're a fan of gore. I mean, Jesus, Malachi Black was bleeding like fucking Jesus Christ. This whole match was just everyone was bleeding. Then everyone got involved. It was just crazy. Uh,
yeah, they teased. So at one point, they get out of the cage, and they kind of teased that Black was gonna have, or I mean, Edge was, or goddamn, Adam Copeland was gonna have Buddy Murphy and or Buddy Matthews and uh
King.
yeah,
Brody.
Brody King join him, and then they lasted like 10 seconds, and then they turned
Yeah.
they close on to beat him up. And they get him in the ring. It looked like they were gonna, destroy him because they wrapped barbed wire around his head and they're ready to just destroy him. And then the lights started glowing red, Ryan, and it's exactly what we said was gonna happen
Yep.
because Edge mentioned that he wanted this in a
The Hell in
promo.
a,
He said that
he
he
wanted it
wanted
in the Hell in a Cell against
yeah,
Balor.
yeah, and he wanted to have Gangrel come back, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yep.
And Gangrel, Ryan. Now Gangrel has got to be close to 60 years old.
He's got it, if not over 60, because he's older than Edge.
Yeah,
He's
and
55.
this motherfucker was hitting those fucking DDTs like he never left.
I mean, he looked good. That's the thing about it.
It was crazy. I was like, he was hitting these DDTs
Yeah.
like it was fucking 1998.
And then he took a black mass as well.
Yeah.
There was a spot where Edge did a top rope elbow drop through a table. Why?
Well,
Fuck you doing that for, dude?
no, here's the thing. That cage was entirely too tall.
Dude, it was insane.
And he was gonna do a splash. And you could tell he was gonna do a splash. He got in the air and said, "Oh fuck," and decided to come straight down on his feet. And so he had to hit him with something. So he hit him with an elbow, but he landed on his feet because he was like, yeah, he
Yeah.
realized this is a bad idea halfway down. He was like,
God
that was
damn.
way too high.
Dude, there was a
I
spot
thought he,
where
I thought he broke his ankle.
I thought he did too. There was a spot where Black pulled out like a T-shaped metal thing, and it was covered in barbed wire. He tried to fucking stab Edge with it. Like, this match was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gangrel came out, split blood on everybody. Hit the implant DDTs, like you said, looked really good. Edge hit a spear, who was like Edge wrapped himself in barbed wire. Um, hit a spear, then did a crossface with the barbed wire in the eyes of Black, and then referee called for the bell. So Adam Copeland won. Good God, was that just brutality? Just insane.
yeah,
All right. So now we go to the match everyone's waiting for. TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. She did not look bad. Her finisher sucks, and she needs a new
uh,
finisher. But other than that,
yeah. She landed on her head, just like everybody else in the show.
yeah,
I can't remember if it was a German suplex or what it was, but yeah, she fucking landed right on her neck. I was like, God damn it. And then but yeah, the finisher, she can't do it on bigger people.
she can't do it, period. She could barely do it on anybody. It's too
Yeah.
convoluted. She has her in a backstabber and tries to flip them over and does a DDT, and it's too convoluted. And I don't know what was wrong with the bank statement. The finish, or even just do a backstabber or something. Like, she needs something else because that finish is way too convoluted to do every week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mercedes hit her money maker, and she's the new champion. So we all saw that coming. But this
Yeah.
match was a lot better than I didn't know what to expect. She's been out for so long. But Monet looked good here. And hopefully she stays healthy and she can continue to have good, because what she does best is wrestle. So just let her wrestle, she'll be fine. I don't like the whole talking segment she's been doing and all that shit. Let her wrestle, it'll be fine. She gets a 2-spot, but after this, Statlander turned on Willow. She bounced her head
Yeah, I
off.
wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So Statlander turned heel. So I guess Statlander's going to feud with Willow, I guess. I don't know where we go with the TBS championship and who's next, but fun match, better than I expected, and give the props to Mercedes. She looked good. And yeah, just maybe need a new finisher.
Yeah.
All right. And we kind of expected it. The World Championship did not main event this show. Swerve versus Christian for the world title. Eh.
Yeah, it was okay.
A
A lot of
lot of
interference.
chicanery, a lot of bullshit in this match with everybody outside and stuff. So it just it was all right. It wasn't as good as I thought it was
Swerve
going to
hit,
be.
yeah, Swerve hit a cool spot where Christian came up top ropes and Swerve somehow hit him with a kick in the face. I don't know how he.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was a weird. I don't know how he pulled that off. Christian sold it good though. These old guys, I tell you what,
I don't
I
know
don't know
what's
how
going.
they're.
Fuck, dude. Oh, there was
Yeah,
a spot where uh Swerve like they're on the announce table and Christian was going for the prettier, but Swerve countered and stomped Christian like on top of the announcer's table and it didn't break and it just looked like it fucking hurt. I was like, like,
yeah.
I mean, he put all his force behind that and it did not break. And I was like, oh god. But the ending came. Christian went for a spear. Swerve catched him with a house call in midair, which was pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. And then he hit the Swerve stomp, and then hit another house call, and Swerve got the win. But that counter where he went for the spear and countered into the house call was pretty damn cool. And Swerve is still your AEW World Champion, which again, predictable, but that doesn't mean it was bad. Uh, Pretty much every match so far has been pretty predictable. Uh, I think we kind of got most of them right because we kind of thought we knew it was gonna, like it. But it doesn't make it a bad pay per view. I mean, it makes it okay. Predictable's fine when it makes sense. And then here we go, the main event. Jesus Christ, Anarchy in the Arena, Elite versus AEW. I don't even know where to begin with this fucking
I
match.
don't know. There was so much shit in this match. Like it was crazy.
Darby Allin came out in a mask covered in thumbtacks. Like that's how the match started. So
Oh boy.
they went all over the arena. They were playing music. Matthew Jackson grabbed the mic and said, because Darby's music was playing, so then they cut their music and played the Bucks music, and then Danielson grabbed the mic and said, "No, we're gonna play the final countdown." And then they were fighting out everywhere. There's just so much happening, and that's why I don't like these matches because there's just literally too much to watch. There's shit happening throughout the entire arena, and my brain can't handle all of this. Um, but then there was a point where they go out and back and they bring out Tony Khan to the stage, but then Darby Allin comes out with a flamethrower and set Jack Perry on fire. Why?
Yeah, and Jack Perry had that stuff all over him to try to, that
Yeah, but
liquid stuff.
still, like, and this is the shit CM Punk told. Why do you want to do this dumb shit, Jack? Like, this is the shit he was talking about. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in this match was doing shit that they shouldn't have. Like, it was crazy. They were doing swantons at the fucking. They were like tombstone pile and drive on each other on steel and poker chips, and it was just ridiculous. Like Nicholas climbed to the top of the entrance and swanton off through a table. Like it was crazy. So Jack Perry got set on fire, but then he's somehow the one that ends up getting the win. He got set on fire,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, and yet he was right
Yeah.
back in it,
Well,
winning the match.
and then they hung Darby Allin by his feet. Man.
Dude, they hung him upside down and super kicked him, and I mean legitimately super kicked him in the face. Like they did not pull it
With
at
with
all.
with with thumbtack shoes.
God damn it, dude. That was fucking brutal. There was an exploding chair at one point.
Yeah, where'd that even come from?
I don't know where they found it. They just pulled it out, and then Matt hit Dax in the head with the chair and it exploded. And I was like, what the fuck? Okada
That's
put a
crazy.
thumbtack arm sleeve on and hit the Rainmaker on Cash with thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this was just ridiculous, dude. I don't even know. But in the end, Jack Perry hit a knee on Danielson to win.
Yeah, that after all that crazy shit, it ends with a knee.
A knee. Yeah. Oh, the exploding chair didn't end it, or setting someone on fire didn't end this match, but a knee. Ah, that was just a ridiculous match. It was over 4.5 hours, which I don't like, but a lot of it was fine. This match was, to me, I just don't like it. So it was like one of the worst things I've seen. I don't like matches where it's just run around, beat each other up, uh, find whatever you can find and hit each other with it. But good God, this was just ridiculous. Like, so much happened. But other than that, like every match other than that was really fine. Most of these matches were fine. It was a really good pay-per-view. I'll give AEW the credit. Every match other than like the main event and maybe that Darby Allin or the Orange Cassidy match I was into. So but a very good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's basically their 5-year anniversary, because Double or Nothing kind of started the whole thing. And yeah, this was fine. You had the blood and guts for the people that like that shit, and then you had good technical wrestling for everybody else. So it was a fun match. Was that during the? I forgot. They announced the Owen Hart Invitational, right, during this show.
I think so.
Basically they came out and said it's going to happen again, the Owen Hart Cup. But and this seems kind of weird to do it right after WWE made this announcement. But it's going to happen in July. The finals will take place in July. And the winners will receive AEW World Championship and AEW Women's World Championship shots at All In. Seems kind of weird to make
All
that
right.
announcement right after the King and King of the Ring just had the exact same stipulation. But at least it's for something. The last time they did this, it was for nothing. And I hate
Yeah.
tournaments for nothing. So
Right.
I'm not going to criticize them because I think tournaments with something on the line is way better than just we're just going to have a tournament to have a tournament. So I'm fine with it. And yeah, it was so there's that. But yeah, this was a fun pay-per-view. It had everything you wanted. It had the crazy moments, it had good wrestling, it had returns, and so I mean, it can't really hate on it too much. It was pretty fun.
Yep. We'll see if they can capitalize on TV, which they usually don't. So
Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up our Double or Nothing review. Again, this was a very fun pay-per-view, and I not the biggest supporter of AEW, but this pay-per-view was fun. So that's all I want out of wrestling is to be entertained, and they entertained me. Some of it wasn't good entertainment, but it was entertainment. All right, so that's gonna do it. Take us home, Nathan.
all right. So yeah, if you liked this review of Dynamite, wow. If you like this review of Double or Nothing, like that, hit that like button. I can't talk right now. Tickle that notification bell and subscribe to the channel because we'll have more of this great content next week.
All right, see ya.